Almost everybody wants to land their dream jobs. So did I. And the difference between most people and some people is the fact that some people can land jobs, but not everybody. So how can you ensure that you can land your next dream job? What's happening, everybody? My name is Z, and you may be wondering, why should I listen to this guy, which is me, for advice related to getting jobs anywhere you want? And the reason for that is I am someone who actually always landed jobs with big multinational companies, which I wanted to, in types of roles that I wanted to. For example, when I moved to Canada as an international student, within my second year, I worked for the biggest recruiting company in the world called Hayes, and I worked as an account manager dealing with several big tech companies and helping them hire talent. I was the connection or the liaison between the company and the talent. Obviously, the talent was being sourced by other headhunt, and I was taking care of all the communication with the big accounts, which are basically companies. Then I graduated in my fourth year to join the largest commercial real estate firm that represents commercial tenants in the world, called ekqsN, as their marketing manager. So I may have a few tips to share with you that's going to help you advance your career in the field that you want to. Look, I like to simplify the entire job hunting process in 3 simple steps. Number 1, get good at something. Number 2, get noticed. And number 3, make the impression and make sure that you impress. The very first thing that most people get wrong is that they don't even know what they're good at and they start approaching opportunities. Look, if you suck at what you do and if you don't even know what you're good at, how do you expect people to identify what you're good at? This is why so many people end up without jobs. They start job hunting without an objective, without truly even wanting to land the job. Because if you really wanted to land a job, first you would be good at something so you can tell someone what you're good at and show it off, because you got to really stand out. The thing you're forgetting is that you're not the only person applying for a job. There are thousands of people available for maybe 10 to 20 jobs. How do you stand out among those 1,000 people? And that's by really being good at something, and that's your responsibility. Now you might be asking, well, Z, I'm just a student, how do I gain experience before graduating? Well, you could just stop being lazy, stop hanging out with your friends, stop watching stupid Netflix shows, and go online, look on YouTube, and search up a video related to your role and learn the advanced skills. There are thousands of videos out there teaching you specialized skills or specific skills related to your field these days. So stop coming up with excuses that you can't build on experience without getting a job. That's the thing for losers and quitters. If you're someone ambitious, go watch videos on YouTube. Go pick up a free course. There are tons of materials out there that's going to teach you a lot more than someone who's actually in a job. Another thing, by the way, there was a video I made in the past where I said I hate hiring fresh graduates because they're so inexperienced and unprofessional, which is true. But imagine a world where you had a bit more experience because you kept watching those YouTube videos, you watched those courses and learned a lot from it. You could make so much more money as a fresh graduate than most fresh graduates, because so many fresh graduates are coming with no experience. Why would you settle for less money intentionally? An employer is bound to pay you more for your talent. So come with more talent. So it's not an excuse for you to not learn new things when you have all the time in the world as a student to go learn new things and build on your skill sets. Number 2, getting noticed. So if you have an employer in mind that you really want to work for, or let's say you make a short list of all the companies in the industry that you want to work for, figure out who is in charge of hiring. Who's the person in that company or the department in that company that takes care of recruitment for that company. Once you figure that out, try to list down all the ways you can get in front of them, which means get noticed. So can you email that person? Can you reach out to them on LinkedIn? Can you reach out to them on Facebook or maybe Instagram? Or maybe you join a webinar that they're hosting, or maybe you show up at a networking event that person might be in. Maybe you text one of their colleagues and try to get a referral meetup, because thousands of people are sending them emails and resumes every single day with the one objective to impress them. If you try to get in front of them in person and somehow grab their attention because you're good at something, they will like you and they will always give you more preference. So it's important that you first get good at something so that it shows when you speak, because you're going to be more sophisticated, and then you figure out all sorts of ways to get noticed through mediums where not a lot of people are approaching them. For example, a lot of people are afraid to pick up the phone and call recruiters. So if you do that, you have more chances of getting getting noticed. And lastly, number 3, impressing the recruiter. Look, honestly, everybody approaches the interview in the wrong way. They think they have to show off their past experience, their skill sets, and all. Look, if a recruiter already brought you into the interview, it means they're almost interested in working with you. And now all you have to prove is 2 things. Number 1 is, are you gonna be a cultural fit? Because they don't want to bring on a talented but a negative person on the team that's gonna destroy the team. As an employer, I hire employees in my company. The one thing I look for is, number 1, good people who are good at hearts. Can they talk? Can they adapt in my work environment? They don't mingle around people. They don't communicate with the people around them, so they're not a team fit. So if you're someone who sucks at communication, it's time for you to work on it. It's not cool to be an introvert. You gotta work with the people around you and adapt and be with them and act as a team. A company is always looking for a team player, not a sole contributor. If that's the case, they would just hire a freelancer. Once you show that you're gonna be a team fit, now it's time that you can actually show that you can get the job done. Again, this basically connects back to you being good at something, and you just back that up with examples and projects that you have worked on. Don't try to show off way too much. Just show that you feel passionate about working with that company. Do your homework on that company. Figure out how you can already help the company with your skill sets. Because the last thing a company is looking to hire is just someone who's a yes man, right? They want to add people who can add to the company and further help with their growth in the future. So if you're someone who can build a roadmap for them through your role and how you can see the company growing with your growth, that's what recruiters are looking for. So this is all mindset games and strategies, guys. If you can figure out strategy, because strategy drives structure for everything, okay? Your behavior is determined by the strategy that you set. So figure out your strategy first and the structure will take care of itself. Hope this helped with your next job hunt. Probably you're gonna land your dream job. And obviously, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Happy to answer them. I also have a company called Connected that helps students study abroad, and we take care of their entire admissions, visa, career development. So obviously you see what kind of strategy I just shared. You can only imagine what kind of stuff we can do under the career development stuff when you move abroad. So I'm stoked. I hope to see you maybe as a customer. And if you want to sign up and get in touch with my team, the link is in the comments as well. I guess that being said, this is it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.